When citizens across Cleveland pulled together to draft the Cleveland Plan 5 years ago, we were in academic emergency, on the verge of financial bankruptcy, and had lost the public's trust. The Cleveland Plan provided a means to secure legislation that could modernize work rules, incentivize charter school relationships, and completely reinvent a school system governed by laws and workplace rules designed for another era. Skeptics understandably asked, why should we believe that this plan is different than the reforms of the past? It was a fair question. The citizens of Cleveland had seen almost as many reform plans as they had seen superintendents and CEOs over those years. In fact, CMSD had 14 superintendents or CEOs in just 35 years. So why should a weary Cleveland public believe that this CEO and this reform plan would be any different? I gave 3 reasons when we went to voters in 2012, and those reasons are every bit as true today. First, we had the benefit of knowing so much more about what was working in school reform than our predecessors had in prior years. Second, legislation passed in Columbus provided us with new work rules and new flexibilities that none of my predecessors had at their disposal when planning their reform efforts. And third, with the passage of Issue 107, we would also have the resources necessary to invest in our reform plan, something, again, that many of my predecessors just didn't have. It's true that the Cleveland Plan has not yet accomplished all that it desired. We've not met our goal of tripling the number of students enrolled in high-performing district and charter schools. We've not yet met our goal of eliminating failing schools in our city. But the Cleveland Plan, at its core, was designed to move student achievement. And over the last 4 years, while we still have far to go, student achievement is moving. CMSD students are increasingly ready to compete with students across the state and nation as we steadily move the system that serves them in the right direction. Since implementing the Cleveland Plan, our community has expanded access to high-quality preschool for 4-year-olds in our city by more than 1,200 seats. Data from Pre4Cle, a public-private partnership created by the Cleveland Plan, shows that 80% of the students accessing these high-quality preschool seats are arriving kindergarten ready when they come to school the following fall, compared to only 50% for those who don't have access to a high-quality preschool. And according to a report released by Case Western Reserve University last fall, we know that kids who have attended CMSD preschools are 29% more likely to pass Ohio's 3rd grade reading assessment than those who have not. In fact, in both of the last 2 years since Ohio implemented the 3rd grade reading guarantee, CMSD has improved 3rd grade reading scores from approximately 31% of students reading at grade level in the fall to more than 85% reading at grade level by the end of the year. Even though evolving state tests in the last 3 years have made it difficult to measure progress in the middle school, CMSD was identified as one of only 3 large urban districts in the nation to show improvement on all 4 subjects of the National Assessment of Educational Progress, otherwise known as NAEP, the nation's report card. In our high schools, we've seen the most visible evidence of progress yet. Our 4-year graduation rate, just 52.2% when we began drafting the Cleveland Plan, has increased to a district record high of 66.1% this year. And when our report card is released tomorrow, we expect to see another district record high as well. Additionally, the independent research group Innovation Ohio recently called the Cleveland Plan an emerging path to improvement. Make no mistake, it says, there has been progress. For the first time in decades, enrollment in CMSD has increased. Graduation rates have also increased. Disciplinary actions have decreased, and proficiency test scores have improved relative to other large urban school districts. Innovation Ohio aptly points out that, quote, while the Cleveland Plan appears to have created some improvement opportunities for students, the progress has been slow and non-uniform. Some schools have seen improvement, others have seen slippage. But all are cultivating new school cultures and environments that could take as much as a generation to result in the kinds of improvements everyone wants. As we enter our 5th year of implementing our own Cleveland plan, we can take some important lessons from the original. Number 1, take decisive action to create a plan that meets the difficulties you face. Number 2, stay the course, even as you recognize its successes and its failures. And number 3, recognize that even the best plan is only as strong as its people, whose energy, zeal, and honesty must be nurtured and respected. Let's recommit ourselves today so that 100 years from now, when people read about the historic Cleveland Plan of 2012, they will know that real school reform comes from within.
And my question is, what are your 3 biggest achievements of your career?
Wow. The 3 biggest achievements of my career. Boy, I don't know. I don't think of it in that kind of terms. I feel like in my own small way, because I'm perfectly clear that I'm one person out of 7,500 helping you and helping your peers. I feel like I've contributed. I feel like it matters that I work here in Cleveland for you and for your teachers. That to me is a big achievement. And it's why I'm in urban education. I actually at one point had left urban education and I came back. And I came back because I wanted to know that when I got home at the end of the night, what I had done that day really mattered. And I feel like that's true, and I feel like that's an accomplishment. And that doesn't probably answer your question exactly, but that's an accomplishment to me. That this room has 1,000 people in it that are here to make sure that we're staying focused on you. There are not many cities in the country where everybody in the community is staying focused on you. And I feel like I've contributed to that in some way. I didn't do it. Lots of people did it, but I feel like I helped. That's where I find my accomplishment, is when I feel like at the end of the day, because of efforts that I made, things are a little bit better. And that they're going to keep getting a little bit better if I keep making those efforts. So that's a challenging question. I'm going to have to try to come back with 3 things, but for me, it is that. It's about how I keep helping every day.